So we are recording, everyone. I'm letting you know. Um, I've been a couple of Blended City events. I've did Pantsy Craze. If you've seen it, it's on YouTube. Also, over the pandemic, we did a play called Rough Magic, partnered with the New Yorker. So I'm very excited to be here tonight. Just to let you know that Blended City is a 501c3 nonprofit status arts organization founded in 2017 by the one and only Nick Luis and Ashley L. Canfield. Speaking of Nick, he will be my tech co-host for the evening. So any tech questions, please go directly to him. I know nothing about tech. He will definitely help you out. Blended City's mission is to support and connect non-traditional artists in disadvantaged communities by providing a multidisciplinary space to create. How we meet our mission is by doing what we're doing now. An open mic forum dedicated for artists across various art disciplines coming together and showcasing their talents and telling their stories. We are excited to have featured artists that will have 6 to 10 minutes to showcase their work, introduce themselves, perform, have fun, all that good stuff. And we may also have audience members who have opted to perform tonight, which hopefully there are people, and I'm super excited about. They will have about 5 minutes to showcase their work. So we do have some housekeeping rules. So everyone listen up. So please keep your mic off when you're not performing, but keep your video on because I would love to see all your nice, beautiful faces interacting with our performers and engaging. So unless the artist suggests having your mic on for their set, keep them off. We encourage you to take videos and pictures throughout the night, and please tag Blended City. Before we get started, just want to let you know, this is a safe space where we come together and have a great time. So there's zero tolerance for disrespect, negative talk, judgments, anything that does not belong here because you will chasse away. This is a space of love, kindness, and support. So I'm happy to introduce our first artist, the man of the hour, the voice of God, Eddie Martinez. He will be performing.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
What's going on? What's going on, Blended family? What's going on? Just happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, Eddie. So whenever you're ready, glad to have you here.
So a little bit about myself. I am a father's son. Started my creative career late as a voice actor, and then had opportunity because of some OGs in the industry that felt that it was time to get on camera. And since then, I've met a lot of wonderful people, including yourselves. So I'm happy to be here, happy to share. I'm going to be performing, depending how much time, 1 or 2 monologues. They have some meaning to me, so I'll share that meaning afterwards. If you have questions, I'll be more than happy to take them. So the first monologue is from a 1987 play from Eric Bogosian. It's called Talk Radio. It was in Broadway. Kind of ironic considering the times we're in. So I took a small snippet from it and I'll share it with you here. If anyone knows about Talk Radio, or if not, you can Google it after. It's a very, very interesting play. Yes, the world is shot to hell. And you all goners. Everything is screwed up. And you like it that way, don't you? You're fascinated by the gory details. You're mesmerized by your own fear. You revel in floods, car accidents, unstoppable diseases. You're happiest when others are in pain. And that's where I come in, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm here to lead you by the hands through the dark forest of your own hatred and anger and humiliation. I'm actually providing a public service. And you're so scared. You're like a child under the covers. You're afraid of the boogeyman. But you can't live without him, right? Your fear, your own lives have become your entertainment. Next month, millions of people are going to be listening to this show. And you have nothing to talk about. Marvelous technology at our disposal. Instead of reaching up to new heights, we're going to see just how far down we can go. How deep into the muck we can immerse ourselves. What do you want to talk about? Today's baseball scores? Your little pets? I know. Orgasms, right? You're pathetic. I despise each and every one of you. You got nothing, absolutely nothing. No brains, no power, no future, no hope, no God. The only thing you believe in is me. What are you if you don't have me? Thank you. So ironically, and I'll tell you more about why I chose that. If you think about 1987, that was before the internet, that was before social media, but how relevant was that piece based on what's happening today?
So relevant.
Shit, excuse me. The other small monologue I'll share with you is another piece that kind of meant a lot to me. It's from Chad Beckham's play, off-Broadway play called After. And the main character is Monty, and he's someone who was incarcerated for many years, wrongfully incarcerated. Have we heard that story, many times? And he's coming out into society now. And that's all I'll say. So this is Monty from After, Chad Beckham. Ripley? Ripley was a good dog, man. A good dog. No, a great fucking dog. The best. I taught her to sit. I taught her to stay. I taught her to lie down. I taught her to shake, even though I wasn't supposed to. I even taught her to nudge someone's hand when they were feeling anger or anxious or just shut the fuck down. Me, I did that. The first night in that place with me, she cried, man. It's just scared, cold and dark and metal and concrete and just fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. And because I was used to it, I had to make her feel okay, And I got down on the floor with her and laid down next to her. Yeah, on her bed. And I talked to her all night and I stroked her head. That was her favorite, the top of her head. And I made her feel okay. I made her safe. I did that. And I got her through hell, man. And now it's like everything else. Gone, man. It's all gone. You ask me what I have left? I've got nothing. Laura Chapman? Laura Chapman can suck my dick, man. Fuck that bitch, man. Fuck her. The state can suck my dick too. $250,000, $10 million. What's the fucking difference, man? I was 17 years old. 17. I didn't know how to tie a tie. I didn't know how to shop for a toothbrush, or toilet paper, or toothpaste. I don't know how to use a computer. I don't know how to kiss. My dick don't work. I can't help my friend. I can't protect a woman. I can't do anything. Anything without being told to. The one good thing I ever did is gone. And you come here to tell me that the good news is that they want to pay me for missing my prom and college and keg parties and my first apartment. Man, fuck them. And fuck the dude who killed my dog. And fuck Laura Chapman. See yourself out, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Everyone, please unmute yourselves. I want to hear some energy in this room. Eddie, you did amazing.
It's amazing.
Woo! Yes. Eddie. Woo!
Keep it going.
Woo!
Eddie, so where can everyone
Woo!
find you?
Of course, I'm on IG, Voice of Eddie, very easy to find. I'm on LinkedIn, Voice of Eddie, easy to find. My website, voiceofeddie.com, easy to find. IMDb, Eddie Martinez. You'll see my picture because there's so many Martinezes out there, as you can imagine. But yeah, I'm out there. I'm in the social space.
Please, everyone, follow Voice of Eddie. Always having great content. If you just want to hear a voice before you go to bed, just call him up. He'll be right there for you.
Yeah, this is a passion I have. Voiceover work is, my first love, but when you can put the two together and tell good stories and meet people like you guys, then there's a bigger calling here,
Love that.
So thank you
Thank
for
you
the
so
space.
much. Of course, no problem. So we have our second performance of the evening, Shayla Monet. So everyone, I would love during this segment, if you have any questions, because she will be painting for us, any questions for her, please throw it in the chat, and I can ask for you to her, and we can get this ball rolling. All righty. So without further ado, Shayla Monet.
Thank
You're up.
you.
Of course.
Hi, everyone. A little about myself. I'm a visual artist from the Bronx, New York. Self-taught. I do body art, illustrations, paintings. And yeah, I'm going to shift my camera in a bit to my canvas and work on this painting that I drew today based on a quote I heard. Someone said time is full of swift transitions, and I feel like this is a very transitional time in my life. So it's going to be mostly abstract. Give me one moment. You can tell me if that's okay to see, because this is not bad.
Looks good.
Okay.
So Shayla, what made you get into painting?
Honestly, I've been drawing forever, but I started painting once I got out of college. I was in a space where like you're looking for a job and you don't really have anything else to do. So I tried it and I posted it on Instagram. One of my college professors, he was like, I didn't know you paint. And I was like, I didn't know either. So he bought it and he shared it with his friends, and I grew like a quick Instagram following from that. And after that, I've been in a bunch of shows. And it's really a way to like peacefully express myself. And I've been able to also connect with other artists of different forms through this medium. So yeah.
So, since you've been in several shows, what was your favorite show to be in?
So it was right after the pandemic. I was invited to be a part of the Futures Female Art Show with SK Art Space. I'm not sure if anyone here is familiar with them, but they highlight artists of the African diaspora, like sculptors and painters, and it was featured in Essence, and it was like one of the biggest shows that I've been a part of, and it was just nice to see people who look like me that were able to have their work sold on a level that professional art is sold on. So yeah, it was a great vibe.
So we have a question in the chat.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing?
Can you repeat that? I think it got cut off.
What is your favorite thing to paint?
Lately it's been body painting, just because I'm able to like see my work photographed. Like I can paint on a canvas and it's still, and there's really no movement. The only movement you'll get is when I'm, hanging it up in different places. But when I paint on actual physical bodies and it's moving and it's taken with the photographer and the scene and everything, like that's when I can see my work in like a different light. So like I do like painting patterns on people and seeing it like, move.
Now, are these people like fully naked, underwear?
Some have been.
Okay.
Some have been fully naked, but I don't think like bottoms, I don't need their bottoms off most times.
Okay.
It's completely up to the model, to be honest. But most people, to my surprise, just don't mind. They prefer like just to be painted.
Now, I'm intrigued with body painting.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like spray paint, or do you literally take like a brush and paint and do
I
your
literally take a brush. Some body painters use an airbrush to spray people, and it is faster, but I just prefer like the motion of brushes, and I can get into detail better with brushes. But it's not like the paint that I would use on this canvas here. It's like a sort of makeup paint that's safe for the skin. And you kind of dilute it with water and it turns into paint, but it starts off as a powder.
Oh, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So we have another question from Sabrina. Do you ever feel stuck creatively, and how do you get out of that?
I feel stuck all the time. How do I get out of it? Honestly, so I went to a show a while ago and I asked an artist the same question. And he said, when I feel stuck, just particularly on a painting, paint something that you know. So like if you know the background's going to be blue, just paint the blue background. It doesn't require much thought. And at the same time, you're still painting without much effort. So you don't have to feel like a failure. You don't have to feel like you're sitting there doing nothing. If you know like there's a color that's supposed to be here and it's not like something you have to draw, just do the simple thing first. And I found that doing that makes me want to finish the painting and all the other creative aspects. So yeah, I would say just start on the simple thing first. Or sometimes I just take a break from it completely and I don't rush myself into, force myself into doing it.
Love that. So what inspired you for today's painting?
So yeah, I was watching YouTube actually at work today, and I've been going through like the transitional period, like with my job and like personal things. And I heard a quote that said, "Time is full of swift transitions." Um, and it made me think about like how I have little control over the swift transitions. You just have to be prepared for them when they come. So, but I do kind of feel like guided in a way. I just don't know what I'm guided towards. So I chose, well, what's here is going to be like an abstract version of a woman. And then I chose hands because hands make me, are like symbolism for being guided. Um, and then in the middle here, I'll just create the moon, and that in itself is symbolism for phases and going through changes. And yeah, I just kind of freehanded a drawing earlier, and I'm gonna see what it looks like as a painting for you guys.
That I have the most important question to ask you.
Okay.
It's funny because it's in the chat as well. I didn't see it until just now. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is purple. That was easy.
Oh, any shades of purple or
I like lavender.
lavender? Oh, lavender.
Yeah.
Oh, love that color.
Lavender is like my favorite color, yeah.
Do you wear lavender a lot, or is this a color that you like to play with?
I thought about that like a year ago. I was like, that's my favorite color, and I don't wear it a lot. So recently I've been buying like a lot of lavender stuff. Like I have a lavender Telfar bag.
Cute.
Yeah, so I have some pieces.
I
I don't
mean, it's
like to own
never too
clothes.
late to wear your favorite color.
Hmm?
It's never too late to wear your favorite color.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm not like those people who love black. With black goes with everything. It's great. But like I wear a lot of black, but I like a lot of bright colors.
Well, I mean, black is very chic and slimming, so
Mm-hmm.
never a problem with that. But definitely with that melanin, the lavender goes pretty good, pretty well. Love
Yeah.
it. So it's in New York City, we all wear black,
Right.
but it's always good to stand out.
It's funny because I do work in fashion, and that's probably like my job is full of colors.
What in fashion do you do?
Well, I'm an executive assistant to the sustainability team at Madewell.
Cool.
Yeah, so they make jeans and like sustainable fashion that's good for the planet.
Hmm. How long you been working for them?
It's been a year.
Cute. I'm assuming that you like it.
Hmm?
Assuming that you like it.
Yes, I do like it. I used to be in brokerage, and I hated it. I felt like I had no time to be creative. I had no time to paint. I didn't vibe with like the culture there. And so I left and I did art for 2 years, just freelance. And I vowed to myself that I wouldn't get another job unless I liked it. So
Love that. Another question. What other style of art do you do? Do you do like oil paintings, watercolor, or acrylic?
so this one here is acrylic. I do like oil as well. I want to try watercolor, but I just haven't yet.
Got it. Which one do you prefer doing?
So oil would be better just because it blends. It really depends on what I'm painting. Acrylic, so I also throw paint and sips. So I will always use acrylic for those just because it's beginner friendly and it dries fast.
Love paint and sip.
Yeah, I have one this Saturday, actually.
Would you ever try painting a mural?
Yeah, I am actually working with, I think it's NYC Mural Arts. It's funny because this happened like today, and I'm an artist assistant for a mural that's going to be going up in the Bronx in June. So, and we're going to start working on that in next week, actually.
Is there a theme to this mural?
I'm not sure yet because I just follow the instructions of the artist, but he usually does stuff that's around like empowering the community and mental health.
Love that. So like with your schedule, like how do you fit, your creative side? Because I mean, living here in New York is very busy all the time,
Yeah. Well, I honestly, I have a really flexible, and that's why I like where I work because they are flexible. Like when I told them about the mural opportunity, they just told me to let them know in advance what days I'd need off. Like they're very, and it's rare here because, like you said, like, and in some companies, like bosses just don't do that. But they are very workable. I think I'm just like right now lucky to have people that are okay with me doing my art
Mhm.
on the side.
This is coming together so beautifully.
Yeah, I'm trying to go as fast as possible. I don't know how much time I have left.
That's a good question. When did you first realize you were an artist?
Um, that's a good question. I I think, well, I've been doing art for a long time, but I think I considered myself like an artist when like I took a long break without it, and I realized like it made me very, depressed, and like I felt like there was no other way to express myself. And I figured like this must be like um my vessel, and I feel like that's what artists do. So that must be what I have to consider myself.
Nice. Just letting you know, you do have 5 more minutes.
Gotcha.
And do you ever sell your art? If so,
Yeah.
where?
I sell it on my website, which can be found on my Instagram. It's the Shay Monet, and the website is shaylamonet.com. But majority of the time, I sell paintings through Instagram.
Oh, cool. And are they customized or?
Yeah, most of them are.
Cool. Love that. Does anyone have any last minute questions to ask Shayla? Would be appreciative.
I feel like the longest part about painting is mixing colors. That's what I'm doing. You see me go off screen.
Tell me about it. I did a paint and sip and I had to mix colors and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So I understand. What is the biggest canvas you ever painted on?
Oh, the biggest canvas. I would say like, so I'm 6 feet tall, and it was like the size of me.
Oh, wow. And someone asked, what inspires you to paint?
I guess it's a little bit of what I said earlier. It's kind of like my way of like communicating with people. It's my way of quieting my mind Most of the time when I paint, like I'll have like music on and I'm not thinking about anything else but the painting. And like for someone whose mind like races a mile a minute all the time, it's a very, it's needed to like kind of quiet it for a second. So that's sometimes while I'll just like, let me pick up a paintbrush because I know I'll stop thinking about this thing and be productive.
So you definitely have one more minute, but we definitely would love for you to finish the painting before the event ends, so we can actually see the finished product if you would like
Okay.
that.
Definitely.
Amazing.
Well, thank you. These are great questions.
There were great answers. Very thankful. So we are going to have our next performer while Shayla finishes her painting. We have the spoken word stylings of Kayla Zanakis. Hopefully I pronounced her last name right.
Super close. Xenakis.
Zanakis.
It's like,
Kayla Zanakis.
yeah, it's like Zach Galifianakis, but you take the Ak and the Galif out, and it's Xenakis.
That's what I thought, but I was like, I don't. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You got it. You got it. That's just my pun. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm a Dominican Greek, hence why my last name sounds so Greek. But I'm Dominican as well, and I'm going to be doing this spoken word. It's a poem I made about 3-4 months ago that I always kind of come back to. I called it Nature's Pair, and it's not super long. I think it's a fun little ditty, and would love to hear, people's thoughts after if they choose to, but I'm totally open, and, it's very process forward, not perfection forward. And I'm an actor, multi-hyphenate, activist producer, now dabbling in spoken word. Okay. I'm afraid of the ghosts in my room, so I stay up with them. Maybe they'll give me something, anything, so I can finally rest, but I don't know how. The light is blue. I hear the ocean roar. I sit down next to frothed sea foam. It reminds me of whipped cream and my cravings of caffeine. I wait for the sun to rise and look to see heavy, checker-like clouds cover the sky. Am I being suffocated under the world's largest chessboard? They're melting from the heat. Dali must have come down from the heavens to paint his next masterpiece. Finally, at long last, the sun begins to crack against the blue sky baseboard, the clouds like pawns falling to their demise. The queen has made her check, and suddenly, all I can think about is the moon and you, and how if the sun shined always, no one would have a chance to rest, to reflect, to just be, to move as slow as they desire and indulge in the beauty of being human. And how I need the moon always in my life, and how I can take the moon for granted when it offers the most beautiful moments of tranquility. How silly I've been to not care more for the beautiful moon. The moon has been there this whole time, so patiently waiting for the sun to see. I am grateful for the moon. I am grateful for you. And that's it.
Love it.
And we are grateful for you too.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Thanks.
So how long have you been doing spoken word?
That was probably the first time I've ever actually done it in person. I don't know.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Thanks.
Cool. Does anyone have any feedback?
I want it. I love it, but I would fall in love with it if I hear Kayla say it slower.
Got it.
Just a little slower pace, because I want to hang on every word that you were saying, because again, I fell in love with all pieces of it. I just didn't get to enjoy it because you went maybe just a tad little too fast for me, and maybe that's my fault. But do we have time to hear it maybe one more time and hear it just a little slower pace?
That's, oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure it was probably nerves that I probably went a little faster than I thought. So yeah, for sure. I can do that.
You're in the safe space, girl.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, and
Uh,
since I met Kayla at on set, so I can ask to go a little slower because I want to hear it. I want to fall in love with it. Go ahead, go again, go again.
Sure, for sure. No worries. Okay. Nature's pair. I'm afraid of the ghosts in my room, so I stay up with them. Maybe they'll give me something, anything, so I can finally rest. But I don't know how. The light is blue. I hear the ocean roar. I sit down next to frothed sea foam. It reminds me of whipped cream and my craving of caffeine. I wait for the sun to rise and look to see heavy, checker-like clouds cover the sky. Am I being suffocated under the world's largest chessboard? They're melting from the heat. Dali must have come down from the heavens to paint his next masterpiece. And there's waiting and waiting. Finally, at long last, the sun begins to crack against the blue sky baseboard. The clouds like pawns falling to their demise. The queen has made her check. And suddenly, all I can think about is the moon and you. And how if the sun shined always, no one would have a chance to rest, to reflect, to just be, to move as slow as they desire and indulge in the beauty of being human. And how I need the moon always in my life, and how I can take the moon for granted when it offers the most beautiful moments of tranquility. How silly I've been to not care more for the beautiful moon. The moon has been there this whole time, so patiently waiting for the sun to see. I am grateful for the moon. I am grateful for you.
I loved it the second time too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you could see you were looking at every single word somewhere in your head, and you were just totally lost in your words.
Great. I love it. Thank you, team.
That there was so much imagery in it where I kind of wanted to be like, I guess it's the actor brain, but I would love for you to like a visual, like a visual short film of that.
This is actually what I want to do with this.
Oh,
I
please.
want to, I love that we're on the same wavelength. Yeah, I want to do I mean, like, I need to probably get a little more specific with like my vocal patterns and stuff with it, but I want to do like a, yeah, like a visual short film for sure. Yeah.
That would be amazing. Like your words and plus the imagery would create magic.
Thanks. Yeah, I would love that. I would love to do that. Maybe that'll be at the next one. Maybe I'll do the short film. I'll find some like Adobe stock footage. I can make it work.
Stock footage, your footage.
I put it. Yeah. I can do it.
Moon looks beautiful any which way.
It's true. There's so many good things for the moon. I could pull all of them. But thank you. Yeah. I mean, do any folks have I'd love to hear like how people interpreted the poem. But yeah.
Feel free to unmute yourselves.
I mean, I could probably go. Like the way I thought about it was like you were feeling down perhaps in the beginning, feeling like, just another day going by, looking outside, just kind of going through your day, like when you saw the is it like the foam on the water or something like that?
Yeah.
Caffeine. That's kind of like, but then you kind of when the sun went through or whatever, then you mentioned the moon, then it kind of reminded me of being grateful to what you got and just to be rooted and, hold on and just to maintain positivity and just you'll see through things is really how I saw the ending. So that's how I just interpreted. So
That's nice. Thank you. Yeah, I just like hearing how people. That's what I love about poetry is like everyone can see it in a different light, and it could mean something to everyone in like such a beautiful, unique way. And I think that's why poetry is so fun.
Love that.
Yeah.
Just wanted to remind our performers, please throw in the chat your handles, where we can find you, any special websites. That way we could follow you and, be a part of your journey.
For sure. I just put in my Instagram, and I'm going to pop in my website, which has a lot of acting stuff. But we'll also I also do like graphic design. That's my survival job, my 9 to 5. So I also do a little bit of that too, which is always a joy. I try to do as many visual things as possible. But yeah.
Thank you so much, Kayla, for your spoken word.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Visuals.
Yes.
We're gonna go on to our next performer of the evening, Maher, my big bro. Can't pronounce his last name, so if you want to school me on your last name, feel free. He'll be doing a monologue and some comedy.
stand up, decided to do it.
Let's get it. Go for it, broski.
All right. Hi, everybody. What's up, Blended City? It's my first time being in this space, and thank you for having me. So I guess a little bit about myself. I'm an engineer during the daytime and an actor and a performer during the night, and vampire in between. But really what I'm trying to do is just perform a monologue, show you what I got, and just to, tell you some shenanigans of mine that happened not too long ago that I thought was hilarious. Like my life, sometimes I feel like I live in a sitcom. It's weird. But anywhoosies, yeah, that's about it. Do I start? I don't know. Oh, all right. Oh, so my monologue is gonna be from Good Luck Charles. It's by Ben Davis. It's a theater play called Good Luck Charles. So I'm gonna be doing a monologue from that play. I'm not one of those guys who spends hundreds on a last-minute flight back to New York, tears across town, and then runs up 6 flights of stairs and knocks on my best friend's girlfriend's door in order to run off and elope with her based off of one crazy, thoughtless, inexplicable romantic night. What am I doing here, Audrey? I'm not passionate. I'm a fact checker, for Christ's sake. And the fact of me being here doesn't check out. It's nuts. The fact is, you don't know me and I don't know you. Now, your boyfriend, I've known since the kindergarten. Am I really willing to throw away all of those years of friendship because of some feeling? The fact is, we just met yesterday. The fact is, you're in a relationship. The fact is, I'm not the kind of guy who falls in love. That's a fact. Cold, hard fact. And facts are supposed to be true. But despite every fact I can muster, something doesn't check out. Despite everything I can think of to the contrary, I still love you madly. It's not me, it's not who I want to be, but I do. I love you madly. Thanks, babe.
Love you too.
Woo!
I guess for the second scene or the second thing I'll be doing is stand up. So One thing that happened to me recently was all right, so it was me and my girl. All right, so we got done eating dinner and we were going upstairs to the hotel room interviews. And so I decided to massage her back. All right. And so what really happened was she wanted to get cute and cuddly. And she was like, you know what? I want to massage your back. And I'm like, cool. All right. Sweet. So I laid on my back. And then she's like, no. I want you to, turn on your stomach. I want to give you a back massage. And I was like, hey, in my mind, I was like, dude, you just ate like dinner right now. Anywho's, but I still went through with it and turned on my stomach. She started massaging my back, and then she started massaging my lower back, dude. Right? I kid you not. I blew a straight up fart right through her ass. And right through her ass. She straight up jumped and she was like, did you just fart? And that fart like went right in my ass. And I'm like, yo, I told you, don't let me turn over my stomach, dog. No, don't let me do it. You told me to. I pulled through. I started laughing and she started kind of like punching me in the arm, but I'm bigger than her. What is she gonna do? I started laughing even more. She's like, get the hell out of here. I'm like, well, damn, sharing is caring, I guess. But and it was long story short, I showered. She forced me to shower so I can actually sleep in the same bed that night. It was just a tiny little fight. I was like, dude, there was nothing. Like, calm the hell down. It was like what? We were in a relationship for 4 months that time. Like we were in the relationship and then like just almost barely met in a kind of way. But anywho, dudes, 2 years later, I asked her to marry me and now we're engaged. So sharing is definitely caring, you guys. Definitely caring. And that's all I got.
Well, I think the importance is able to
Woo.
kind
I'm
of so
Better out than in.
and it went inside her too, I guess.
Bro, it was funny. It was just hilarious. I had no idea how
It's very relatable because when you're in the beginning of a relationship, sometimes you just don't want to you don't want to pass gas in front of your newly person, it's embarrassing, but she handled it well, and congrats on your engagement. So excited. So
yeah.
love that. Do you have anything else for us, Bahir?
That's all I got, you guys.
An amazing job.
Thanks, man. Hopefully the month.
Blended City. Hopefully we definitely see you a lot more, and we definitely want to hear more stories from you because you said your life is a sitcom, and I'm entertained. I'm here for it, and I know we all are too.
Sounds good, bro. Let me know.
So at this point, just as a reminder once more, all performers, please put your handles in the chat. That way, we can follow you and kind of see your journey as it unfolds. Alrighty. This point now, we invite our audience members to come up. We did have someone who signed up. Eddie Forum doing a spoken word. Eddie, are you here?
Yep, I'm ready because my name is Eddie.
Get it, Eddie.
Thank you, our host that we love the most that deserves a toast. All right, my name is Ed Potastic, I am feeling fantastic. Please get in time to enjoy my rhyme for Alpha Sublime. I got two pieces, so I'm gonna rhyme. My first piece is called, What is a Sinner? What is a sinner? A person who did something wrong. I know it's not a game of ping pong. Here's something, pain can make you strong. What is a sinner? Someone who doesn't believe in God. Do you think it's kind of strange or odd? Only one person with a holy rod, another holier than thou facade. What is a sinner? Why must we be perfect? Why must it be a habit? Everyone gets hurt or sick. Please do not neglect this subject. What is a sinner? A person who can't be forgiven? Where the heck is this written? Why are we setting condition for this decision? What is a sinner? A person covered in white? Come on, is that really life? Life is full of delight and spite. Please fail and learn with all your might. What is a sinner? It's not to be bound by logic or common sense. From past events, God killed the deviants. Do you feel the legacy this represents? How can we reach true transcendence of our innocence? What is a sinner? I used to think it was scary. Did I get any sleep? Barely. I felt disgusted and heavy. I felt everything but merry. What is a sinner? Trust me, I met so many hypocrites. They're practicing some self-deluded skit. I'm not falling for their deceitful shit in the pits. How could something like this exist? What is a sinner? A person who casts away their humanity again and again. I'm talking about physically or mentally or emotionally hurting their family and friends. Yes, sins can float and transcend. Please don't let the sin begin but reach an end. What's a sinner? Why are you asking me? I decree that I'm not a trustee. Hey, don't flee as a flea. Stop thinking, just breathe and be. What's a sinner? What's for dinner? Will this make me skinnier? Yeah, don't let questions linger. Yes, you are a sinner. Your conscience won't get thinner. Yes, I'm pointing the finger. Yes, face the big human stinger. Let it shimmer. But please, please, please stop being the warden and the prisoner. Thank you. I got a spicy piece to say the least. This is gonna have mom and dad. This is gonna have mom and dad language, so many different stages. So please mind the word for these pages. I just want to burn some cages. Okay, this is called The Quiet Storm. There were whispers of love singing around the room. The lust continues to ring in our ears. Our embers start to dance and bloom. Our faces were without fear draws near. Our captured lips greedily embraced, drinking in the soft, unadulterated passion, holding on to our captivated grace, our inner attraction towards a steamy transaction, our eyes lost in the inner crimson skies, our hands quickly peeling off our clothes, slowly and precisely revealing our bare surprise. We're about to get ready for the naked, sexual, yet sensational shows. My manly hands caress your sweaty bare canvas. My fingertips are playfully waltzing around. Your body is anticipating, shaking into bliss. Your lips soothing with sighs and sounds. As your hungry mouth starts to consume my hardness, I can feel my nerves crying out in ecstasy, a feeling so overpowering I couldn't resist. I surrendered myself to intense pleasure that you were giving me. The sensation intensified as I ran my burning tongue across your plump abyss, greedily detecting and attacking your sensitive spots. Your mind is engulfed in the frequent bleak splits. Our bodies felt hot even while the boredom of the mundane seems to rot. My hardness penetrates your pink, moist haven, slowly, slowly penetrating inch by inch deeper inside of you. Our electrifying nerves trespass over again. Your pink walls twitch and clench while sticking to me like honey or glue. My hands grasped your soft, frisky hips, moving to a wild rhythm. We felt the bed bumping and thumping. Our loins took spontaneous dips in the boiling sanctum. Our swollen veins wouldn't stop jumping and pumping. We felt the burning and rippling sensation going up our spines. Our inner fireballs are breaching our souls. Our hungry bodies are becoming aligned. We can feel the stimulation making us whole. Our minds had images of silky white. Our love flowed through our veins like water. It was our clear yet steamy sight. Our desires burned hotter, hotter, and hotter. Our bodies were numb for our climax. Our whole bodies engulfed in the pressure. Our hearts suffering for blissful heart attacks. The pleasure coming in millions of measures. Our bodies were weak and sweaty, but we weren't done. Our bodies cling each other for dear life. Here comes a second blazing sun. Our bodies moving and grooving with all our might. My harness quickly brought down the lightning. Our lungs gasped in a fast-pacing delight. We felt the rainstorm surging our bodies with great heightening. Our energy exploded with a hint of crimson through the night. Our bodies spread out across the bed. Our hands are grasping the pillows and sheets. The covers hide our sleepy heads. The sunlight tasted so warm and sweet. Thank you.
Yes.
Yep, 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 yep.
Damn.
Thank you, Eddie, for your styling of words.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I make you all fly like the birds.
Yes. So, guys, we're going to move on to our next performer. Y'all might know him. You may not, but hopefully you do because he is part of Blended City. And if you did it, that's a little awkward. Um, we have our very own Nick Luis.
Thank you,
Take
Jamie.
it away, Nick.
Yeah, I don't, I let the artist take away, take the floor and do, all the amazing things. But today I've actually been feeling kind of inspired by you all. So I just want to say thank you for the inspiration. And so I'm inspired to do some spoken word for you guys as well. I hope that's okay. I might do like 2 pieces.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, this first piece is called Who's Got My Back? So this may be new ink or old ink, but it's still ink. So hope you guys enjoy it. But this is called Who's Got My Back? Who's got your back? I got my back. Did you hear that? From the moment I was born, fighting a disease that was killing my brain, all these IVs with medicine flowing through my veins, surgery after surgery, hospital after hospital. Was my life worth living even possible? But if it wasn't for my mother saving my life, getting me out from under the knife, would I still be around, standing on this ground, expressing myself in front of you all? Was this my call? Blessed, grateful, humbled to be here. My mother, she got my back. Did you hear that? If it wasn't for my fairies guiding me, loving me, supporting me, understanding me, helping me set myself in this world apart, they got my back. Did you hear that? My hope, my love, my charming prince, piece by piece, he collected me, giving me deserving love it's destined to be, protecting me, us with all his might, reminding me everything is going to be all right. Together, side by side, he lifts me up to the heavens higher, promoting my deepest desires and burning away my self-sabotage at the funeral's pyre. He's got my back. Did you hear that? My ancestors, spirit guides, and familiar shadow whispers in my ear saying con mucho cuidado, protecting me from otherworldly realm, vanquishing the unwanted and positioning me to the highest helm. They got my back. Did you hear that? And for all those who stabbed my back, it's all right. I have scars made from the attack, something to always remember. I hope you know that. You got no back. I got my back. Did you hear that?
Woo! Go boo! Yes.
Bravo!
Love it.
Dale.
Yes.
And then this next one is called Family, because I'm definitely feeling like family vibes. I love you all. And thank you. A comer pasteles, comer lechón, arroz con gandules, beber ron. Vamos pa' aquí, vamos pa' allá. Todo Puerto Rico! Hey! These words will forever live in my heart. The beat and tempo makes me feel I'm worlds apart. From El Gran Combo to Ricky Martin, my family were raised like those warrior Spartans. Strong, fierce, and a powerful will. Life with them was full of thrills. From drama with Latias to Abuela drinking a 6-pack of beer, Friday nights were always the highlight of my week. You hear? Playing Pokino and eating pizza, cousins coming over and talking shit. But wait, after a while, you start to see how they really treat ya. Beginning to feel that this ain't it. Let's continue to play the cards and stop shooting down my feeling in disregards. Continue listening to music instead of judging me and making me sick. Continue to come together. I thought we'll be family forever. They're not supposed to treat you this way. Go run and you'll be better off, you'll see one day. Missing the yelling of Pokino makes me think, where did all this time go? Friday nights were always the highlight of my week. Sometimes the family is what I seek. The feeling of belonging, the feeling of trust, the feeling of safe, the feeling of feeling love. I stopped questioning why this happened to me and started to believe I can change this, you see. Provide a family and start anew with my kids and husband. I can feel it and see it, the sight is in view. Filling this void, I wish to summon traditions and fun this will pursue. No matter what happens, my family will always be one. Friday nights were always the highlight. I believe everything will be all right. It's true because we were family, and this is family, my family, genuinely living happily.
Love it. Bye.
Yay.
Woo!
Daka, danka, danka.
Beautiful.
Guys, if everyone could just do me a favor, can we all see each other? Like, put your videos on and say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm in the dark,
Oh.
so
Ooh, in the dark.
Okay, to be in the dark, find the light, boo. I do want to check in with Shayla, how her painting is going, or it went.
Oh, it's
I-
been great to like just paint to you guys speaking. I'm just
Great. Is this the finished product?
it's never finished, but let me give you a good angle. Hold on. Sorry, the lighting in
Wow.
here. Let's see.
Oh, I love it.
so freaking
That is
cool.
absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
So good.
I need one of those in my living room.
Feel free.
But everyone, I want to thank everyone for coming to Blended Cities Work of Art Wednesday online open mic. We appreciate your support in our mission. If you can, please follow us on our social media platforms at Blended City and sign up for the newsletter to stay up to date with future events and productions. I know they've been blowing up my email, so please sign up. An amazing experience. Thank you everyone who performed, everyone who came, they came. And hopefully we see you next time.
Woo!
Thank you,
That was
everyone.
so much fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
You guys
having
were
me.
Next
amazing.
time.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Woo!